How to Read a Bill, Part 3, DME Notice. This is the third and final part of our series on how to read a bill, officially called by Medicare the Medicare Summary Notice. In this section, we are going to look at the bill for Medicare Part B's durable medical equipment, called a DME, charges and payments. For those who have already seen our Part A and Part B videos, the information on this section will be very similar to them. Since most DMEs fall under Medicare Part B, the notice will be almost identical to the Part B information given in that video. I will just mention some highlights of the similarities between the Part B notices and this one. For a more thorough examination, watch the Part B video. Let's begin. We'll start with page 1. Page 1 is your dashboard. It is identical to the Part B dashboard. The one difference between this dashboard and the standard Medicare Part B dashboard is on the right side, where it lists suppliers you received equipment from rather than providers who treated you medically. Everything else here is the same as the Part B notice. Let's move on to page 2. It is again the same as a Medicare Part B summary notice. No significant changes between them. Let's go on to page 3. As we get to page 3, the heart of the claim, we're starting to see some subtle differences. First, as we look at the top, you have assigned and unassigned notices. An assigned claim means a supplier has agreed to accept Medicare's charges in full and may not bill you the difference. Just as in the Part B warning, be aware this is not the same as the typical 20% owed. That is still allowed to be charged as part of the assignment agreed upon amount. Below that are definitions, same as the Part B notice. Next down is the claim itself. It will begin with the date you ordered your supplies and who the suppliers were. Under that will be the line item for each service. Working from left to right from each line item, right after the description of the service provided or piece of equipment you ordered and the billing code for it, you get a simple yes/no answer to whether or not a service had been approved. Please do not panic yet if you see a no. There may be more to the claim than what you are seeing right there. To the right of the approval column is the amount the supplier charged Medicare. And to the right of that column is the amount Medicare approved. When a supplier has agreed to accept Medicare assignment, they have agreed to take the Medicare approved amount and disregard the original billed amount, if these two numbers are not the same. The next column from that is the amount Medicare paid. Since this is a DME claim, this number is not always 80% of the approved amount. Next is the column of the total amount you may be billed. This amount may be billed to you, or if you have a secondary payor, to them. It is highlighted in bold to make it stand out. And the last column is, just as in the other two parts of Medicare, the most important part, the notes. Medicare is required to give you an explanation for every claim that is denied, every charge you may be incurring. For most charges, usually have one footnote, sometimes even more than one. If a charge is denied, there's always a reason given. it is important to read these notes, as they can sometimes tell you a claim was denied, but you are not responsible for paying the charge. Sometimes a claim is your responsibility because it is part of the deductible amount, and it will tell you that in the notes. Sometimes the notes will say that they paid their share, and what you see there is what your responsibility will be, or that of a second payer. Very frequently, if you are a Medicare supplement insurance policyholder, the notes will say they sent the remainder of the claim to your supplement for payment. To see the results of that payment, please check with the statement of benefits from your Medicare supplement insurance carrier. Whenever my clients come to me with a problem stemming from a Medicare claim, the notes section is the place where we typically find our next steps to take. Now let's move on to the last page. In this example, just as in the prior two videos I showed, the notice is only 4 pages long, but in the real world, page 3 extends as long as there are claims to report. As we move to the last page, we get to the part of how we handle denied claims. We do want to caution people on this. Before filling out an appeal, we encourage a little investigation. Sometimes appeals are unnecessary, as a little correction of the claim from the supplier's billing side of things can fix or shed light on a lot of problems. Whenever in doubt, talk with someone knowledgeable about these matters before beginning the appeal process, unless there is a time-sensitive emergency. Regardless, let's analyze the last page. We begin at the top, where you receive instructions on what to do if a claim was denied, how to go about getting more information to see if you have a potential problem. Below that is what to do if you wish to file an appeal. Just like most other charges with Medicare Part B, Medicare gives you 120 days to file an appeal. They must also list where your appeal must be received. Under that is whom to contact should you need assistance in filing your appeal. And lastly, on the right-hand column is how to file an appeal. This process is identical to the process I outlined in the Medicare Part B video. Remember, we strongly advise professional advice and assistance before taking the step of filling out for a claim appeal. Okay, that ends the last part of our series on how to read a bill, also known as the Medicare Summary Notice. We hope you found this information useful. Please be sure to check out our other videos in this 3-part series about how to read the bill. And also, if you haven't already seen it, check out our YouTube channel where we have little videos answering common questions about Medicare, and another series going over timely Medicare news. And if you are interested in learning about all aspects of Medicare, check out our website at www.mymedicareinsider.com. Our website has lots of videos about the basics of Medicare and understanding how it works relative to many people's situations. After you've got a baseline understanding of what you need and what you need help with, to take your next steps, we encourage you to reach out to a knowledgeable insurance advisor. If you live in Ohio, West Virginia, or Kentucky, reach out to us. We are happy to walk you through the next steps. Thank you for your time.